Lake Keverin now has trees. If you look closely, you can see the trees here, although they kind of blend in with the Keverin Mountains fairly well. But to get the best view, ups-a-daisy, you can see that the trees easily follow along the shore of the lake, providing that awesome view here. And from here, it's easy to see that trees have some varying densities as well. Like here, you got kind of a minor forest, but over here, there's not really much in the way of trees at all. But for the really good views, I'm going to do a high-speed glide. Yep, high speed. A little lower density, just a little bit higher. Nice shade for these beachgoers here. And here's a big forest. Well, it's not really all that big. It's actually pretty small, but it's the biggest one in this particular area. There's actually a cliff right here, and I overlooked something, so there's trees missing there. I might have to go add some more in, though. However, if you look closely, you can see some trees on the islands. And if you look really closely, you can see that there's palm trees present. Quite an amazing difference, isn't it, those trees make? Makes the whole place a lot more livelier and prettier. And now back to the start of the loop. And there's that big forest. But this isn't the only world that's got it. Nope. Every single island and air taxi has trees on it. Yep, you heard that one right. Every single island and air taxi has trees on it. And, of course I have to hit that spring. Bouncy, bouncy. With the sky and the kind of making it a little easier to see, you can see that the trees are definitely poking out there much more clearly. Here you can see that there's a kind of a modest-sized forest in there. However, for the better views and whatnot, I'm going to show you some other islands, not to mention those platform levels. I'm going to try to speed things up a little bit. I need to redo those platform levels, by the way, only because the slopes are off. Ooh. Almost the speed of an airline, a little faster than an airline. I think that's good enough. Plenty fast. Do my double jump routine. Yes, you can jump more than once. I declassified that in the 5-year anniversary video. There's that 32 SU platform level. There's another one coming up at 16 SU. But this island right here, you can easily see the trees. Notice that they're all nothing but palm trees. That's because this area is purely in the tropics. Here's that one at 16. And one more island, I think I'll call it. Max speed. Hey, here's the other island right here. You can easily see that the trees on it are pretty visible. Barugan Reef also has trees present. And, to give you an example, or a few of them, here's an island with clearly visible trees, clearly visible here. This one takes a bit of effort, but you can see there's something there. And on this island over here, good luck trying to find that 2.5 pixel tall, 1 pixel wide stem. Yeah, that's how tiny the trees are. And if you want to sense on the lay of the land, here you go. And by the way, Barugan Reef uses exactly the same islands as that of Air Taxi, which means exactly the same trees. Even Carnivalesta got livelier. However, from the normal ground level area, you're not really going to see them because of all the detail. However, by going up and rising above all that, you can start seeing the trees very well. And from this vantage point, it's pretty easy to see the trees, like this one right here. Then there's some more trees around this pond here, and then there's another pond with a whole bunch of trees around it, varying in brightness intensity depending on the lights. You know, I should hide those roller coaster tracks just so you can get a much better view of all the trees. By temporarily blocking the drawing of the roller coaster tracks, it is now much easier to see the trees. And as you can tell, they're definitely a whole lot more visible than they were before. From roughly about that same position, of course it was actually a little more to the right from here, but here you can easily see the tree. Here's a brighter tree because it's closer to the carnival grounds. Here you can kind of see them fading away, really dark out here and quite bright over here. And for a view of the Sentus Hotel here, I'm going off over here. Yeah, that's the Sentus Hotel, an 8-story building. And that should be a good view. Here, you can see this really bright tree because it's close to almost all the lights. These ones over here kind of start fading away over to a brighter shade because it's getting closer to that. But in order to really show every single detail of this, it's going to take a fair while. And thus I want to use a high-speed glide. Wonder if I'm going to hit anything. Whew, nice, I dodged it all. Really close too. But as you can tell, gliding along here, there's these ponds with trees all around them. This is the area where the highest density of the ponds are, including the big one. Here you can see the dark trees much more easily because of the moonlit water. Here these ones are bright in the front and dark off in the distance. And some areas don't really have much in the way of trees. This is kind of like an area where one of those ponds would be, like right there. However, the carnival grounds kind of taken up that area. And that's pretty much the entire loop. Quite a lot of detail, isn't it? Sure is a whole lot livelier. This video was created by Ulillillia. Thank you for watching.